you feel a pull from deep inside. It whispers that you have work to do as a healer, or whatever name feels right in your heart. Healer can mean many things, right? It can mean a visionary, a guide, a teacher, an innovator, a creator of new ways of being. It can mean helping someone reconnect with themselves, or find a path back to inner peace. The label matters less than the truth, which is you carry unique gifts the world needs. And those gifts often bloom as you heal yourself first. That's been my experience, at least. I remember when I look back on my journey, I see how, now in hindsight, each modality I explored really served to address my own personal struggles. In my younger years, for example, I suffered from severe social anxiety. It weighed me down, making every interaction feel like I was stepping off of a tall ledge. At that time, I turned to naturopathic medicine and mindfulness therapy, specifically acceptance and commitment therapy, to ease that pain. And those approaches were answers to my silent prayers, helping me feel safer, helping me find that sense of peace. And as I healed, I created the Calm Living Blueprint podcast as a way of sharing my path out of social anxiety in the hopes of helping others to do the same. Later on in my life, I struggled with trauma from an abusive relationship. My nervous system at that time was shot, completely frayed, and I found it hard to function. At that time, my daughter was 4 years old. I needed to figure things out. And that led me to Dr. Stephen Porges's work, and specifically the Safe and Sound Protocol, an auditory therapy that helps to stimulate the vagus nerve. So first, I use that therapy for myself to regulate my own nervous system, to get myself back to that place of safety, feeling safe all the way down to every cell in my body. And later, I became certified in that modality, offering it to my clients because I recognized what a powerful lifeline that modality could be. And then when I struggled with fatigue and thyroid issues, even after I had done everything very comprehensively and holistically at the physical level, yet still feeling depleted, that's when I turned to bioenergetics and biofield medicine, where I learned that addressing the subtle energy and information patterns could bring forward missing pieces of the puzzle. Insights that conventional medicine, functional medicine, even naturopathic medicine couldn't offer me, where I experienced the metaphysical on a much deeper level. And once again, my personal search became something that I could share, turning those what felt like hard-won insights into support for others. Going on to incorporate bioenergetics into my practice, into my work that I do with clients, which I still use as a primary modality in my practice today. And it wasn't just the body, it wasn't just the mind that called for healing. More recently, my heart told me that I was out of alignment, that I wasn't honoring my soul's calling. I felt the sense of deep unrest inside me, like beyond any physical symptom. Spirituality, the quiet inner work of reconnecting with God, with truth, with authenticity, my authentic self, became the key that helped me reclaim my purpose. So it was through exploring spiritual texts, meditative practices, prayer, and a deep inner inquiry towards self-understanding and self-awareness that led me back home to myself, is leading me back home to myself. And from that place, I created the Hey It's Me podcast as a way to share this spiritual journey, to invite others who feel the tug of their soul to come walk alongside with me. So for a long time, this is all to say that I define myself by my credentials. I introduce myself as a naturopathic doctor or a functional medicine doctor, proudly listing those initials after my name, like in my email signature and marketing pieces. As I evolved, though, I realized that those labels, which once were helpful and served me well, no longer encompass the multidimensional depth of who I am or what I offer. The truest nature of my work cannot be contained within those titles. Those titles now feel limiting, like this box that could never hold all the dimensions of my being. And I say that not from a place of ego, rather from a place of deeper knowing. So I'm starting to embrace a broader construct, calling myself a quantum integrative health alchemist, while recognizing at the same time that no label will ever suffice. At least, though, this phrase is mine to own, and it feels truer to who I am and the approach that I take. It feels truer to the mix of approaches that I incorporate in the work that I do, scientific, energetic, spiritual, and experiential, that I bring together to help others reclaim their wholeness. I think it sounds pretty cool too. So this is all to say that for a long time, you may have hidden your true nature, just like I did, trying to fit yourself into someone else's mold, someone else's template. If you're still listening to this, I believe this message is for you. This path doesn't want you to follow someone else's footsteps. This path doesn't want you to follow someone else's template. It's inviting you to become the medicine only you can offer. It wants you to architect your own blueprint. I used to stack one modality on top of another, one certification after another, hoping to find the perfect method, right? The world doesn't need me to get another certification. The world does not need me to learn yet another modality. Only recently have I realized that it needs me to weave something entirely new together, to activate something entirely new within myself that perhaps has been there, just laying dormant all this time. So instead of a collection of external answers, it needs me to awaken an inner technology, an original way of working that no one else has, no one else does, that arises uniquely from all that I've lived through, uniquely from all that I've learned, and uniquely from all that I have healed within myself. It's not about choosing a known title. It's not about fitting into an existing role. It's about embracing the wholeness of who we are. The scientific, the natural, the energetic, the mystical, the wounded, the wise, like all those multiple dimensions, and letting them blend into something uniquely yours. When you find this inner synthesis, it helps you move from a mentality of, I think I can, to a deeper knowing of, I am. You become a potent medicine that didn't exist before. You don't have to push or force. It's more about simply noticing where you're being guided, because the very experiences, the teachers, the places that you're drawn to, perhaps were planted by you for yourself and show up in the right time, in the right place. So it's more about letting those awaken you to a more expansive path of healing, one that's intimately connected to your own journey and what you came here to share. And I believe that when we do this, we make it easier for others to step out of hiding too. To show them that healing is not just about following a program or a protocol, it's about rediscovering what's already written in our souls. By trusting the peace that you hold, that only you hold, and offering it to the world, you invite others to do the same. you become a new kind of healer. One whose essence is not defined by old labels or rigid roles, by trusting the original blueprint within you, embedded there by source. You give others permission to trust their own blueprint. And as you set yourself free from those constraints, you show a new way, allowing all of us to evolve beyond traditional boundaries and shape a new, more unified way of being. Remember, when I say healer, I don't mean that healing is specific to the realm of health or well-being or healthcare. You could be a piano teacher and be a healer. You could be a basketball coach and be a healer. The power emanates from who you are, from within you, not what you do. If you feel that inner stirring, if this message is resonating with you, please know that you are not alone. Many of us are awakening piece by piece to something beyond what we once knew. Each path is different, each blueprint distinct. By honoring yours, you light the way for others. I propose that together we expand and transform, knowing that no label is sufficient and none is needed to share the profound gifts we came here to give. I believe this is how we shape a new era, a new earth, one where we heal ourselves, share our truths, and perhaps awaken the healer within us all. If you'd like support to do just that, please check out the link in the description below this video. Sending you lots of light and love. Till next time.